the orgasm that I had, I swear, was like the best ever.
I heard the words out of body experience from you.
Pretty much, yeah. I took my blindfold off and was like, what was that?
Podcast Fanboy, we need to take lessons, I guess, from Short King, because
after Short King has been with somebody, you got to wonder how you stack up, so.
Right?
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in Belgium and the rest of the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Lily,
the contagious.
The shocking. Well,
you're sick.
The shockingly contagious stories.
That's why I'm clear on the other side of the room from
sugar
you.
Dating. That was 2 weeks ago. I'm better now. I do have this new, deeper, huskier voice, though.
Mm-hmm. It's very becoming.
Yeah, well, we'll try to get through this podcast, but I have some news. Big news, Lily.
What's your news?
We have just secured our next venue for our Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast party, and it's the biggest and best we've ever done. 44 people will be coming to this party to see, in a private suite, Hootie and the Blowfish, Collective Soul. You're going to party all weekend with us. We're going to have a little mixer on Friday night, pre-party, before the show, a party bus, the whole shooting shebang. It's going to be an unbelievable time.
Will it be as epic as last time?
It's going to be bigger and better than ever before. So if you guys want to apply, and certainly if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get priority status. Now, you can even become a free Patreon member. You don't even have to pay anything. Now, granted, you will be lower on the totem pole when we go to pick, but you will certainly be above the public. Right, Lily?
I suppose so, but do they see anything as a free member?
Yeah, I post some free stuff.
Oh.
Occasionally here and there. But if you really want to be a VIP supporter of the show, we'd recommend that. We got a few tiers, lots of good stuff there. But our VIP members of Patreon will get priority status. But even if you're in the public, you're not a member, that's fine. Go ahead, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. Apply there. I've got the form all ready to go, all the information, the terms and conditions. We're giving away 25 sugar baby packages.
Okay, if you're a Patreon member, you still have to fill out the application.
Yeah, there's a box there that says, are you a Patreon member? And you click yes or no, and it has the username. So we can just
verify.
Where
do they find this application?
On our website.
And that's the only place?
Yeah, secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Yeah, there you go. So go to our website, fill that out, and at least become a free member of our Patreon. We would still like you that even if you don't pay a dime, you will get priority over the public. All right? Anything else?
No.
Why do you look so perplexed over there?
I don't know.
You're just like, oh my God, all this work about to come down.
Yes, my mind is boggled.
We got to get the party bus.
That part's easy.
Yeah, we got to get all the Airbnbs.
I'm besties with the party bus people.
Yeah. So you need to get your little spreadsheet with all the applicants.
Yes, I do.
So, hey, and if you're a sugar daddy and you want to come to this party, we've got plenty of spots available right now, of course, because we just announced it. Just email us at info@secretsofasugardaddy.com. And we'll get you the info on that. It's not free for the sugar daddies. They're going to sponsor it. But for the sugar babies, come on out. Really, the only thing that you're going to be paying for, is some of you, is your flight out. We are giving away flight packages. I just don't know how many yet. So
depends on how generous our daddies are.
We gotta get some real generous daddies. But the party planning has started. It's official. I'm excited. You know what? You get so many new friends out of this.
It's true.
Lots of laughs. I'm telling you, it's an event you will never forget. Right, Lily?
I couldn't if I tried.
Right. All right. Well, we've got 2 guests in the house today. Both of them are return guests. They've never done a podcast together, but we want to welcome Podcast Fanboy and Jen to the program. Welcome back, guys.
Hi.
Hey, it's great to be back with the cool kids.
Podcast Fanboy. I mean, when did you get back from Europe?
April 13th.
Yeah, so you've been back a few weeks now.
A couple of weeks, and I'm planning the next one.
Yeah, have you gotten acclimated back to this time zone?
By now, yes.
I think I'd be jet lagged for months.
You came back to the good weather.
I did, and it's not bad flying this way. It's going over that's really hard for jet lag.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so coming back is not so bad. You just sleep it off or whatever?
Yeah, plus you're getting back at a reasonable time, usually in, late afternoon, early evening, and you can just hang out that day and then go to bed at a normal time. And
Well, we've got a lot to talk about, and I told Podcast Fanboy that we need to do an episode with just him because I have tons of questions because you were in Ukraine, you were in other countries. There's so much going on over there.
there is.
I saw your Instagram post and your feeds about some things, and man, we could talk for days about that. But we have the lovely Jen joining us. You've been kind of traveling too. I stalked your Instagram.
I have been, yes, all over the place.
What was this
lately.
last party you went to? Was this some EDM festival?
Oh, that was a metal festival. Actually.
Metal. Where was that at?
That was in, where was I? Oh, Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas.
It's called Sick New World.
Yeah. Some interesting outfits there with you and your partners. Mm-hmm. Or your whoever you were with there.
Yes, my friend. I guess we should bleep that out.
I gotcha.
That's a pretty common name. I mean, nobody's going to know.
But yeah, we had lots of fun, great outfits. I mean, whenever you're in Vegas, obviously.
Yeah, I noticed the little,
Gotta go all out a little
the
bit.
X pasties over the breast.
Yes.
Didn't cover much.
No, but it's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, Podcast Fanboy met Jen. It was a couple of months ago now, or what?
It was a while ago.
2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, through the podcast.
Yeah, you guys met. You just use our podcast as your personal dating site, don't you?
I am the
seeking.
one who manifested this thing.
Oh, you know what? You did talk about it on your
Yes,
episode.
I did.
You did manifest that. All right.
It was all me.
So you manifested a date with Podcast Fanboy. How did it go?
Amazing, obviously.
Of course.
We spent a whole bunch of time together, and then he left the country.
Yeah. So how did that go? Like, what did you guys do?
Well, it was fantastic. And I have to give Lily some credit and Bad Brad, because
Bad Brad.
Bad Brad was here the day that Jen came in and did
Yes, he
the
was.
recording. And he told me, he said, I think you'd really like her. She's really cute. And I think she's got a little bit of a thing for you.
Well, I mean, she did talk about you in the podcast or episode. What number was your episode so people can reference it? Do you remember?
I think it was maybe 130.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere
Yeah, I can't
around
remember
there.
exactly which one, but anyway, so you guys met.
And we started doing some really fun things. We went to a Suns game, and you probably remember better than I did what we did after that, before we took our trip together, which we'll talk about. That was a blast.
Yeah, we went to a Suns game. We went to a concert,
Oh, yes.
which was super fun.
Where was that?
What was that called? Something about an outfield?
Oh, it was the Innings Fest.
Oh, the Innings Festival.
That's
So
close.
that's a really cool festival that it's just growing and growing that they hold here during spring training. There was some great band lineups there.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I wanted to go, but I was busy.
Yes, it was so awesome. Well, you were super excited to see Noah Khan, and I became a Noah Khan fan.
Well, good for you.
He is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah?
I love live music, but when they crack jokes and stuff, it makes it even better.
Yeah, when they interact with the audience, it's so much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they're making fun of themselves, which
Yeah.
he loves to do, he's so good at it,
He's
in
so
addition
funny.
to being an incredibly talented musician. So,
Yeah.
And he's blown up this year. I mean, he went from basically nothing to like mega star.
Now, what kind of music, what genre is he?
He's Americana.
Okay.
He's from Vermont.
Okay.
But it's a really interesting lyrical type of Americana. He's got very personal lyrics that are really kind of odd at times, but very meaningful and fun. So
We'll have to check him out.
He's pretty great.
Yeah, so Podcast Fanboy took you to a fun little festival,
Yes.
and then you guys traveled.
We sure did.
Were you nervous about that?
No.
You weren't? You love traveling, though.
I love to travel. I like to travel right away to figure out if we mesh or not.
Because you will figure that out pretty quickly.
Yes, you will figure
But that's a
that out.
leap of faith.
Yes.
Just
it really
to
is.
jump on a plane and go somewhere with a fairly strange man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew I already liked his personality. He's pretty great. So, I mean, the last thing to find out was, if I like him in bed or not.
Okay. All right. So where did you guys go?
All over?
Well, we went to Nashville.
Yeah. You went to Nashville.
Yes. We were in Nashville. We were all over the place in Nashville.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, you love country music.
It's crazy that I had never been there before that, but it was absolutely amazing. The best first trip ever because we did so much stuff. And I don't like just going and getting shit-faced the whole time. I like actually going and doing things and looking at stuff and not waking up the next day and feeling like shit.
Yeah.
So we did a whole bunch of stuff, but we stayed out late and drank and had fun too. So it was absolutely amazing.
Lily, you ever been to Nashville?
One time.
Yeah.
Trucker and I are going back in August. He has a conference there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I actually opened a restaurant there 20 years ago for a company. I was working for a franchise company, and I was there for 2 weeks. And I was working almost every day, but I did take some time to go explore downtown Nashville, and it was fun. Yeah, I want to go back.
Apparently, within the past, not even 10 years, it's been crazy growth there. Everyone was saying no one used to live in downtown Nashville, and now all these people live in downtown Nashville, and it's just strange. One girl was saying she moved away to California because it was cool there, and then she's like, well, now I moved back because everybody's here.
I'm looking forward to it because I haven't been in 19 years. So
amazing.
I have no idea what to even expect.
Well, it's supposed to be the top venue for bachelorette parties now in the
No
country.
way.
It sure
I
is.
still think Old Town Scottsdale is.
I think they're neck and neck, quite
Yeah.
honestly. And then Vegas is probably third.
I guarantee we can walk outside here of our podcast studio in Old Town and see about 10 bridal parties walking around.
Literally.
It's crazy. So you saw a lot of bridal parties there, I guess.
We did.
How long were you guys there?
Was it 4 nights?
Oh,
Yeah, something like that.
that's a pretty good trip.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, she's so easy to travel with.
So is he.
She is so much fun. She's
Yeah.
open to anything. She never gets grumpy, at least that I've ever seen.
Keep me fed, and he did.
We had some great meals, some very entertaining things. We went on a nighttime haunted spot tour of Nashville. That was pretty cool. It was
I like
cold.
the spooky stuff.
It was really cold, but it was spooky and fun. We went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, which is
Nice.
worth the visit just by itself. That place is incredible. And they're always changing exhibits as well. And they had some that just had me mesmerized for hours at a time, just watching their videos and whatnot. We had some really good meals at some nice restaurants there too.
Yes.
But the really fun thing was just walking up and down Broadway and going into the different bars and listening to the live music there and watching the people. And it's really, really crowded most of the time. And I'm not a big fan of standing, in one spot. I just don't like it anymore at this age. So to her credit, she found us this really cool spot. It's like third floor above a very popular bar that we couldn't have gotten into. But there was like a little side entrance with some narrow steps going up to the top. And she said, hey, let's go up here. And we did. And it had a great band playing. And it was not crowded when we got there. We got a place to sit, enjoy the band and the dancing and the drinks. And then the place started to kind of fill up. But we had our spot. So it worked out great.
Oh, that's really cool.
Plenty of seats available, and I also do not like standing just because I'm lazy.
Well, and usually when we go out, we're wearing incredibly uncomfortable shoes.
Yes, I had boots on the whole time. That got for me.
Nice.
We did some fun boot shopping that day.
I'm wearing a pair of them right now.
Yeah.
Those are so
actually.
cute. I love them.
I am absolutely in love with all of
We
them.
need to throw those on Patreon.
Yep.
Definitely.
Picture. Yeah.
Remember to get a picture before we leave.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do you remember the name of the club?
There's so many hole in the wall
If
clubs
you
there.
guys
It's
think of it,
unbelievable.
let me know. Because like I said, we're going in August.
It was one of the popular ones, a dive bar. Just about every bar in that town has multiple levels, and there's a different band playing on every
Isn't
level.
that cool? Amy, my original co-host, she had tickets here locally to a country singer. And she says, hey, I can't make it. Would you and Alejandra like to go? she told me the name of the girl. I'd never heard of her. But I watched a couple YouTube videos. I go, she's pretty good. I wouldn't mind listening to her. We go down to the Van Buren. Her name was Ashley McBride.
Oh, sure.
And she was amazing. And she talked about playing in those little bars in Nashville and how the singers like get in this little room. They have like little writing rooms and they write their music and where some of her songs came from. And it was a really cool thing. She had a couple roommates. One of them was Lainey Wilson.
Oh.
And they just, of course, Lainey's huge.
Yeah.
Her opener, what was her name that opened for Ashley? I can't remember her name, but they were all friends in Nashville. And they've had varying levels of success. But it was a really neat story. And I'll tell you what, okay, here's a really cool thing. I think she was from this little town in Arkansas. It was some little state, just a small little town. And her counselor said, what do you want to do when she was a senior? Like, what do you want to do after high school? And she goes, I want to move to Nashville and write music and sing. And she's like, okay, now when that fails, you need to think about getting a real job. Well, she wrote a song about that whole conversation that she had with her counselor. Mm-hmm. And she ended up singing it at the Grand Ole Opry.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, I was in tears. Like she's singing this song and I am bawling in the audience because it was so moving and special about how she didn't care. She said she was going to do that.
I'll show you.
It. Right. And she did show them. So
I looked up your episode. It was 133.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. I knew there was a 3 in there.
Bad Brad.
Yeah.
Bad Brad.
So yeah, Nashville's a cool place.
It really is.
Lots of dreams, a lot of people struggle, but they want to make it. So, and you can hear some great music in those little bars.
Constant music.
That's what really opens your eyes. You realize how much talent there is out there that you never hear of because it's really about getting that lucky break or knowing somebody to really make it big, in addition to having the talent, which is a baseline requirement. But it's interesting, too. A lot of these bands or singers, they'll play with different combinations of musicians. They might have this drummer one night and a different drummer another night, and then you'll see that same drummer playing with somebody else at a different bar the next night, and same thing with the rhythm guitar and the steel guitar. And there's a lot of professional musicians there that they make money backing up these lead singers on Main Street in Nashville.
And it's literally a full-time job. Mm-hmm. They were saying that they were there like 5-6 days a week. I was like, oh my goodness. How are you talking?
So Jen, you're still fairly new to sugar dating. I remember meeting you just a few months ago. Actually, it was been 6 months ago or so. Huh?
It's probably like a year at this point. Come on.
6-7 months ago. Anyway, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm never going back.
Yeah. You're like, where was I before? Why didn't I do this before?
I will find love this way.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
I will definitely find the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever dream that you'd be going on this fantastic trip with such a great guy?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
And it was really great.
It was. The great thing about Jen, too, she's willing to indulge fantasies.
Meaning what?
Well, okay, so for example.
Go on.
I have a thing for lingerie being worn, not just the underwear itself.
Do you wear it or your partner wears it?
Looking for my partner to wear it and show it off.
Okay.
That's really something I really like. And so we went lingerie shopping. It took us a long time to find a place in Nashville, but we did. And it was in a really out-of-the-way location, quiet. There was nobody else in the store, but it had just an adorable little store owner there that was willing to help us. And I think she knew she had a whale on the line. So, so we spent quite a bit of time. She spent quite a bit of time trying this stuff on.
You said we.
Well, I was there with her. I wasn't trying anything on.
I've got a mental image.
He was involved.
I was involved.
But he was not trying on.
I was judging.
He was judging.
So we bought a bunch, and then she got to model it for me.
I sure did.
Which was a real thrill.
Yeah.
Did some dances. We did lots of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, have you guys seen each other since that trip? Because I know Podcast Fanboy has been traveling a lot.
No, because he, we spent all that time together and then he just left the country.
Any future plans?
This afternoon.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was super busy when he got back. So this is the first day that I've been able to do anything other than work.
You've got a new job.
I do.
Yeah, things going well there.
I absolutely love it, and I am kicking ass.
Yeah. So in sugar dating, you're not doing this to support yourself. What you're doing this for
fun. I had all of my past relationships, really, I was not spoiled at all. I was the one doing all of the spoiling, which gets old. I want to be spoiled too. If you're not going to reciprocate, I'm going to get angry and leave, which is what happened with all of them. So I knew getting into sugar dating that obviously just personalities are going to be more giving, more spoiling, things like that. So it'll be even. And here we are. Yeah.
So the nice thing about sugar dating is here you two were able to enjoy each other's company, enjoy this fantastic trip without the pressures of a relationship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we're a good fit too because we're both very non-judgmental and non-jealous. We like the fact that the other is having a blast in this lifestyle and having all kinds of different experiences. And I mean, Lily knows me very well about how I like to hear about that. And
Oh, yes, he does.
So did you guys talk about your experiences?
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did. And she's had some pretty amazing ones since I saw her last too.
Oh, yeah?
Which,
Let's hear about that.
Go on.
I have been spending some time with some people.
Yeah.
including somebody that the show knows quite well.
Would that be Short King?
Yes.
I mean, that was a really hard guess for me.
Yes, I have spent some time with Short King.
And how's that gone? He's quite a character.
Oh, I am absolutely obsessed with him.
Did you ever imagine somebody who is so unassuming looking when you first see him could just own a room?
Well, if I wouldn't have known about him beforehand, no, I would not have thought that. But I mean, everybody talks about him all the time. I feel like he's in every single podcast since the party.
Yeah, he left quite an impression, and I don't know if these dates are going to work for him. I know he really wants to come to our next party, so hopefully they do, because we need a bartender.
Yes, we do.
And he can mix a mean cocktail.
I'm sure he'll make it work.
We need somebody to lead the dancing,
Start the Congo.
right?
Oh, he'll start it.
If you
finish
guys
it,
want to
too.
see Short King in action, we have a video on our Patreon, and it is quite entertaining of
It
him
is.
and doing his dances and just
He puts together such good videos. I want to do a video like that of Sick New Worlds. And
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll just ask him to do it.
Okay, so what was it about Short King that grabbed you and just
Pulled me in.
pulled you in? Yeah, good. I'm lost for my words right now.
It's okay. That's me usually. So the fact that he is clearly very open to sexually exploring. I mean, he's already taught me about things that I had no idea even existed.
Such as?
You should see
Curious
Lily's
minds
face
wanna
right now.
know.
I think I might know one of them.
Electricity is one of them.
That's what I was
Obviously,
gonna
that's
guess.
that's the big one.
Okay, now was that scary? Were you nervous about being shocked or electrocuted? What does it feel like?
I wasn't nervous because I knew he wasn't going to like hurt me or anything. It feels weird to say the least, but I don't know. If you're super turned on, it's just like, okay, I like this. And then it just makes you more turned on. And he actually has an attachment to it that is kind of like, it's like an electric dildo vibrating. I don't even know how to describe it, but the orgasm that I had, I swear, was like the best ever.
I heard the words "out of body experience" from you.
Pretty much, yeah. I
What?
took my blindfold off and was like, what was that?
Podcast Fanboy, we need to take lessons, I guess, from
I think
Short
so,
King,
you know,
because
after Short King has been with somebody, you got to wonder how you stack up, you know. So.
right?
We'd love you to join. I would love both of you. That
It's
sounds
an
like a fun
interesting
time.
visual.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, my one experience with electrodes was highly unpleasant, but I think maybe it's because it was fresh out of the box and nobody knew what they were doing.
Definitely have to know what you're doing.
I was like, no, this is not pleasurable.
Maybe have a session with Short King.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
He'll teach both of
I don't
you.
think Trucker would approve.
Right.
He'll just be there, as an instructor.
Maybe he could make an instructional video.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe
more
Shurkin
comfortable
could
with that.
train Trucker,
We
and then Trucker could try it out on you.
actually went to a little gathering and he did an instructional presentation on me. So
Wait. Well, okay.
But that wasn't your first time with
Let's
it,
roll
was
back
it?
here.
no, we did it before that. So
Okay, so you already kind of knew what
A
to expect.
gathering?
yes,
Where was this gathering?
it was at someone's house.
Here in Arizona?
No, it was
Up in Chicago?
out in Chicago.
So you went up to Chicago to see him? Mm-hmm. And you went to a house full of people?
Mm-hmm.
It
And
was
he-
a sex party.
It was, it was
And
a
he
lifestyle
demonstrated it on
gathering.
you?
Yes.
And was that your first experience with something like that?
No.
Being demonstrated on? Yes. Popped a lot of cherries that night.
Yeah. Meaning, what else?
Well, it was my first time going to a lifestyle party.
Were you nervous?
Yes.
Okay.
As we were driving there, I started getting nervous. He's
Yeah.
like, maybe you should meditate. I was like, I'm not doing that right now. But I should have, though. It would have helped.
Yeah.
But once we got there, I was fine. Everybody was super fun and friendly.
Like how many people were there? Just estimate.
I think there was like maybe 12 of us. It was mainly couples.
Yeah, so it was a mix, like 50-50 mix.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But,
wasn't
I
just
mean-
a bunch of dudes there.
No, absolutely not. It's
Okay.
invite only.
Invite only.
So,
Were any of our other Chicago friends there?
no, they weren't.
No.
Unfortunately, not at that one. It was a smaller one.
Okay, so you get there and then you just strip down naked. How's this go?
No. So we got there and it's just like a regular party. So everybody's just hanging out, drinking, talking, kind of getting to know each other, except when it's a lifestyle party, you kind of ask a little bit deeper questions and kind of find out what different couples do and things like that. So it was awesome. Everyone was super welcoming, very nice.
Was Short King throwing drinks around? Was he the
course he
bartender?
was.
Of course.
He made the best espresso martini I have ever tasted.
Oh.
And it is hard to beat the ones at the Beverly.
Yeah, the Beverly's good, or Cafe Monarch, probably my favorite I've ever had.
I
Yeah.
guess someone's going to have to take me there.
Okay, so you guys start asking questions. People are getting more comfortable with each other. How does this whole thing progress? Are you just in a living room of somebody's place? I'm so curious here.
So he had multiple floors in his house. So we were on kind of the main one, just hanging out in the kitchen area and the living room area. And then things started getting more sexual toward later in the night, and everybody wanted us to do the presentation. So I went and put on some sexy lingerie. And
Or was this the lingerie?
no, it was no. That lingerie is for Podcast Fanboy.
I'm sure
only.
he wouldn't have minded though.
You have my permission anytime you want to. I appreciate the sentiment.
I'm
But
saving it for you.
Okay,
Even
well.
though you've seen me in all of it. But have you
Just once,
fucked
though.
me in all of it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not yet.
I think we've got some we got to add in there. We might as well just do all of them just to, get through all
You
of them.
need to start a chart so we can keep track of which one.
We should do that. Make it like a fun little Excel spreadsheet.
Oh my. What have we turned you into, Jen? Like sweet little innocent Jen. I remember
know.
walking up to Hula's and we had a nice little conversation
Yeah.
about sugar dating, and then now here she is.
A little innocent baby Jen wanting
Mm-hmm.
to just sexually explore, and then here we are.
Yeah. Now, remind me your age.
I am 30 now.
See, she's in her prime right
Yes.
now.
I really am.
She is hit her prime and ready to go.
I was scared turning 30, but everything has just been falling into place ever since I've turned 30.
There you go.
I guess I'm not too old.
No.
The podcast didn't hurt matters. Kind of hurried it along a little bit.
Yeah.
It sure did.
Apparently.
Thank goodness.
All right. So you guys did your demonstration in your lingerie, and then just take us from there. I'm just trying to get this
Were
visual.
other people tagging in and out?
Yeah. Ooh.
No pun intended.
So he would have, I was blindfolded, so I'm not exactly sure who was coming up and doing what, but he was telling people that they could come up and like try it on me. And
You were blindfolded
I was blindfolded, yes.
by choice, or did he like whose decision was that?
I
Was
guess-
that Short King?
I guess it would have been, I mean,
Or did you say, I want to be blindfolded?
that's just how he does it, I think.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's better because when you can't see, your senses are heightened. So
Oh, yeah.
he would have people come up, and I remember at one point he was like, "You can touch her. She likes it." Yeah, I do.
This is our play toy right now. Just do whatever you want.
Do what you want. Touch me. So he would have people try it out or whatever, but mainly everyone's just kind of sitting around and watching and talking about it. And I could just hear them in the background, like having their conversations. Sometimes they'd be talking about what we were doing. Other times they were just kind of getting to know each other, stuff like that. It was awesome.
Now, did this feel more clinical, or were you actually enjoying the process?
Oh, I was enjoying it.
Okay.
Me and Short King are both Aquariuses, and we like attention. Mm-hmm. So we are one and the same when it comes to that.
Now, sometimes that can be a little too much because both of you are clamoring for attention.
Okay, wait, is that January?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Truckers and Aquarius also. Yes.
Oh,
And so is Alejandra.
is she right?
Yeah, she's
right.
January.
Gosh, we all have to get together.
Yeah.
We would have so much fun together.
Aries and Aquarius are the dominant
We
signs
talked
here, I
about
think.
that a few episodes ago. Apparently, Lily and I like Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
We bond with people in the Aquarius
We are known
sign.
as the best sign.
Well,
Just saying.
anyway. So, all right. So how long did this whole presentation last, this demonstration?
Honestly, I have no idea how long it lasted.
Were you on mind-altering drugs?
Maybe.
You gave me that look like, I don't know. I was out of it.
I don't know. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't.
Yeah.
Like what, Molly or?
Possibly.
Pause.
She's
category.
pleading the fifth.
Yes, I plead the fifth here. But anyway, so it lasted a while. And then, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And then what happened after that? We're not
on.
stopping there.
So the presentation turned into just fucking in front of everybody.
Really? Short King was on top of you?
Yeah. And then I was on top of him,
Okay.
how it goes.
And everything fit because he's kind of short?
Everything.
Not down there, apparently, from what I've
Where
heard.
he
Oh,
is
he's-
lacking vertically, he makes up for it horizontally. If you
All
catch
right.
my drift there.
Oh, we catch your drift.
Yeah. But it fits just perfect, let me tell
Okay.
you. And then we kind of just joined everybody, and that's when, all the real fun begins and everybody starts to play with each other.
And that was your first experience with that.
Yes.
So
but I absolutely loved it.
You did. And you lost your inhibitions there and your nervousness.
Oh, yeah. The nervousness left the building long before that.
And you just had a great time.
It was so much fun. Everyone was amazing. I plan on going back.
So you do it again?
Soon. Oh, yeah. I am ready for the next one right now.
Lily, I've never done that.
I have never done an orgy either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it like exactly an orgy. We were all just kind of playing with each other. Mm-hmm. It's funny because the host was like, this wasn't even a sex party. This was, I'll show you a sex party. I was like, okay.
Podcast Fanboy, have you ever indulged in anything close to that?
I have not, but she's
Yeah.
checking a lot of boxes on my fantasy list right here.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. That's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but maybe I just need to get out of my comfort zone.
The
I'm
mind
guessing-
altering substances
Yeah.
will help you get there.
I was going
That
to
I
say,
didn't
I'm
do.
guessing the drugs help.
Yeah. All right. So how long did you spend up in Chicago with Short King?
I got there Wednesday night and I left Sunday night.
Okay. So that was another really good trip. Who did you stay with?
Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did his 8 other girlfriends think about that?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Did you meet any of his other girls?
No.
You didn't?
I've seen pictures of some of them, but no, I haven't met them.
No. What else did you guys do? I mean, that was one night.
We did tons of fun stuff. He took me to a dinner show thing, and it was singing and acting and acrobatics, and it was in like a circus tent type thing in this building. It was crazy.
That's cool.
But it was really cool. We went out dancing a little bit, which was super fun watching him be in his
Now, did he
element
actually
and
dance
dancing.
with you, or just he just took off on his own? And
So he took off on his own
Yeah.
because I was definitely nervous to join. And then finally, for like the last song, I came out.
yeah.
And it was super fun. And we went to a couple of nice dinners. I definitely recommend STK in Chicago. Super yummy.
Now, have you eaten at the one here in Scottsdale?
Yes.
And that one's got to be a lot better.
It wasn't as fun though. Like it's more of a fun environment in the city. Like you can take pictures in a couple of areas, and they've got a DJ, and it was super fun.
You been to the one in Vegas?
No,
STK at Cosmopolitan?
I bet that one's really fun.
So that's my favorite.
Okay.
It is a party in there. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, when we have a party in Vegas, we're gonna go there.
And they have the best Caesar salad at STK. I don't know what they
I
do
thought Maple
different.
and Ash had the best Caesar salad.
Well, theirs is different. Theirs is actually theirs is really, really good, but it's different. But as like for a classical Caesar salad, STK in Vegas, Alejandra gets that everywhere we go, every single steakhouse, and by far that they have had the best one. She loves Maple and Ash Caesar salad, but it's so different. Have you had theirs? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like wood fired. Their Caesar salad is wood fired.
Yeah, it's grilled.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I was just there the
Yeah.
other night.
Now you're a foodie,
Yes, I am a foodie.
so you gotta love sugar dating because there's a lot of food involved in sugar dating, like nice places.
I absolutely love it. But the person who took me there the other night made a big mistake.
Go on.
So obviously, you know that Maple and Ash has the coconut cream pie dessert.
Oh, we all know about the coconut
I would
cream
go
pie.
there just to eat that.
I know.
Yes.
Lily brought some to the podcast one day, and yeah, I couldn't even concentrate on the show.
Yeah.
The Caesar salad
Yeah.
and the coconut cream pie. And
You
I'm
have to
good.
get it.
It's unlike any restaurant. Those two items are unlike any restaurant serves anywhere in America, I think.
So
Yeah.
good. Well, he ordered dessert while I was in the bathroom.
And it wasn't the coconut cream pie.
It was not.
Oh, gosh.
And I had
What in
already
the
talked about it too. I was like, you have to have this. I'm assuming he like doesn't like coconut or something, but I didn't even have the opportunity to tell him. I know someone else that doesn't like coconut and they like this.
Alejandra.
So, yes, exactly.
She does
Alejandra.
not like coconut at all, but she cannot stop talking about their coconut cream pie.
Yes.
This guy needs to be tarred and feathered.
I agree.
I was so upset. I mean, the date was over at that point.
Oh, yeah? Now, was this a guy that we know, or is this a guy off seeking, or what?
No, he's off seeking. He actually lives out in LA and he was just here for work. So,
Oh, well, cool.
yeah.
Who else have you met as a result of the podcast?
I have met
She met Jay.
Jay.
Okay, how was that? What did you guys do?
We've just went to dinner a couple of times. I think I'm actually going to be seeing him tomorrow because he just
He
got back.
mentioned that to me.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He messages me randomly and he sent me a picture and he was eating at Postino's in Glendale.
Or in Chandler.
Oh, in Chandler. That's right. And I was like, that's so
I got the same
ironic
photo.
because Trekker and I went to Postino's in Arcadia last night. So I'm like, hey, that's funny.
And Alejandra went to Postino's on her date with the girl from Bumble.
I have not heard enough about this.
I could show you photos.
Please.
It's,
Are they clothed?
yeah, they're clothed, unfortunately. But
Damn.
yeah, she is a hottie. Alejandra's just kind of having fun, just kind of seeing the other side.
Scoping it out.
Oh, my God. You know, a little bit of change of subject. But so she's on Bumble on the women's side. And so she's only talking to women. This girl who actually worked for a senator from Arizona who has passed away but was very famous. We'll just leave it at that. Super hot, right? So Alejandra and I are eating Mexican food the other day, and they start talking, and the girl's like, come over to my house right now. Alejandro's like, well, I'm eating, but, you know, and then the girl goes, here, send me a picture. So Alejandro sent her a picture. And of course, she's beautiful, right? And she goes, oh my God, you're so hot. Can you come over? It's like, she is worse than a guy.
That's weird.
So we get back to my house and I go, you should go over there. And she goes, I think that girl, all she wants to do is have sex with me.
And your problem is?
I'm like, okay, well, just
do it.
Just make sure there's video evidence and we'll be fine. So anyway, the girl,
Bring the tripod.
she's like, this girl is blowing up my phone. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh my God, she's FaceTiming me. And so Alejandro goes, okay, well, I'm going to see what she looks like. She didn't literally like how she was texting. She goes, I wonder if she talks like she texts. And this girl's like 32. So anyway, she answers the phone. This girl's like laying down. I can hear it. Alejandro's telling me to be quiet, right? And I can hear the conversation. And Alejandro looks cute as a fucking button. And the girl's like, oh my God, you're so hot. What are you doing? She goes, well, I'm at my parents. She goes, oh, you stopped to take my call? She's like, yeah. And Alejandro's like, the girl is playing with herself and her hand's like sliding down. And it totally turned her off. She was worse than a guy.
That is ridiculous.
I know. And Alejandro's like, well, I'm about to leave. I'll FaceTime you when I get home. And the girl's like, okay, yeah, and you should just come on over. She hung up and she went
not a plaything.
block. And she completely blocked this girl.
Didn't she say that the girl kind of catfished her because her pictures, you showed me the pictures.
Yeah.
Her pictures, she looked really pretty.
Yeah, and she caught catfish a little bit too.
But I don't think when she actually
she was a
saw
little
her
rough.
on FaceTime. And didn't she seem to be kind of on something?
Yeah, the way she was talking, and then Alejandro said it looked like her face was just really rough, like she was a smoker or something. So,
So when you say catfish, was it a different person or just...
No. She just
really
wasn't
filtered the
near
pictures
as
in?
pretty as her.
Yeah.
And I looked her up. She used her real number. And again, people, stop using your real number. Came right up on white pages, her name, her address, her relatives, age, phone number, everything. Email address. I was able to look her up on Facebook. So we actually kind of stalked her before Alejandra talked to her, on FaceTime. But I'm just like, girl, this girl is hot. You need to consider But then after the phone call, she's like,
Marcus, living vicariously through your sugar baby.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Are these like Bumble girls that
Yeah.
she's met? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
So here's what's really funny is, so she's gone on one trip with one girl and they're having a lot of fun together. But when she gets back to me, it's so funny because she gets really close and tight and she's like, you have no idea how much I miss that masculine energy. So
Jen, do you swing both ways?
kind of funny.
So I call myself bi-curious.
Good question.
I'm definitely turned on by girls, but I need that masculinity there. So
So you'd be perfect in a threesome then.
yes.
Right.
Yes. That is something that I still haven't fully done, and I am looking forward to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Noted.
The unicorn.
It'll happen.
Oh, I'm sure it will. You've
Sooner.
manifested quite a bit.
I'm
Jenny
pretty
the
good at
unicorn.
I like that.
Yeah. So you're going to be around July.
Oh, yes.
12, 13, 14?
They're already in my calendar.
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to have you at the party. Podcast Fanboy, are you in town that weekend?
I'll actually already be up north at the cabin, so I would have to make a special trip back.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you will.
I'm pretty sure I will too.
Well, Podcast Fanboy at the last party had some really interesting scenarios going on the whole weekend, but it was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, it was.
And you met some amazing people.
I did, and I don't know how I could possibly not go. It's just not, it really couldn't happen at a worse time for me. So if I do show, which is probably likely, just realize the drawing power that you have from that.
Yeah.
So,
I'll ask
but
you
you'd have
nicely
seriously
later.
FOMO if you didn't make it.
oh, I know. Those would be the 3 worst nights of my life. Sitting up there, by myself with the dogs, thinking about your party.
Maybe we should live stream it
Yeah.
on the Patreon only.
That's
no.
a good idea.
There's some discretion and anonymity that we do respect. Oh.
Just point the camera at the floor.
Right?
They can just hear it.
So we've been talking with a couple production companies, and I've talked about them. Matter of fact, one of them got back to me with a second phone call. He's listening to some of our episodes that I sent him. He's some specific things he's looking for. But one of the production companies had talked about they want to be at the party filming, but that's a tricky thing.
Yeah.
Because of the discretion that we need.
Lily
so.
won't go.
No. No. So
What about
I don't think
pictures?
there's a workaround on that.
If you have a photographer, I actually have a friend that's a photographer, and he wants to do kind of like he called it kind of like a documentary, I think, where he takes pictures at the party and then he can blur out everyone's faces from pictures.
Well, Jay is a very good photographer, and he did a lot of photo shoots of the girls individually.
Yes.
And I got in trouble over one of them.
Bad boy.
She was out naked by my pool, and Alejandra thought I was staring a little too long.
Were you?
He absolutely was.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a
Define
red-blooded male, and there's this beautiful, sexy, naked woman out by my pool. And this is true. She didn't buy this, but it's true. I used to be a professional photographer. So I was actually watching how he was posing her, the techniques he
Yeah.
was using, because I am a studied,
Yeah.
I was a studied photographer.
And that's his story, and he's sticking to it.
And
He
by
sure
God,
is.
I'm sticking to that.
Yeah.
You know,
Lie
it's
until you die right
not-
there.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
Right? Yeah. So we're really looking to create a lot of new fun memories in July.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hot, but it is what it is.
Lots of naked photo shoots
party's
by
gonna
the
be hot.
pool.
Yeah, we haven't figured out yet. Lily, I'm thinking last year we did the mixer at the W, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Guy had a private presidential suite or something. Anyway, we've got 2 houses now. And I was thinking maybe we do a mixer at one house and then the pre-party at another. I don't know. We'll have to figure out all the details. Or we could try to do the W again, because it's going to be a slow time of year for them.
The only thing I worry about is my neighbors. We can't get too crazy loud.
Yeah.
I just don't really want to disturb the community.
Yeah, I don't have
Just
that
invite
problem.
them over.
No.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Or maybe we have it at
Sure.
Podcast Fanboy's
We'll
house.
invite
I wouldn't rule it out.
He's got a cool pad over there.
Nancy, who walks her dog, Gypsy Rose, by my house every day. She's very conservative.
Yeah.
Just bring them a really expensive bottle of wine and say, I'm having some friends over. Please don't call the
Wear your
cops.
earplugs. Maybe be gone.
This is the date. If you want to maybe leave,
Do a staycation somewhere.
Right?
it's going to be rowdy.
All right. So, Jen, do you got any fun plans coming up? You say you love to travel, and I see you traveling.
I know. I will be visiting Short King in the place that he has decided to move for a little while.
That'd be Puerto Rico.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was able to say that or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be going there, which I've never been there, so I'm excited to.
Oh, my God. Alejandra visited Puerto Rico last year. I think it was last year. Time of her life.
Really?
Oh, my God. Yeah, she had a little too good of a time.
Oh.
From what I found out. Well, she finally admitted to me later. She just said the men down there are all gorgeous, and she just couldn't help herself.
Okay, so my 2-guy, 1-girl threesome is going to come true at least.
Really?
I mean, if the men are beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of fun, and of course she got a lot of attention down there too. And speaking Spanish, it
beautiful.
helped too for her, but
Absolutely beautiful.
yeah. So you're headed to Puerto Rico. How long are you going to stay there?
A week.
1 week. How do you get this much time off?
I will be working from home.
Okay. So you
Thanks to my new job.
Yeah, you've got a mobile job. Are you telling these stories to any of your friends? Do you have anybody
Yes.
you can confide in?
Yes. My friends know all the stories.
And they're like, where do I sign up for this gig?
I know. Actually, I am getting a roommate, and she is definitely interested in meeting some people and coming to the party.
Really?
She is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're
Is
looking forward
she
to
on
that.
Seeking?
She isn't on Seeking yet. She probably will be, though. And she enjoys, the lifestyle and stuff like that. So she's going to fit in perfectly. And she's absolutely gorgeous. Just to die for.
You're going to have some really, and you're probably expecting them because we've talked about them so much, but the amount of openness and the amount of open arms and love at the party is mind-boggling.
I know. know. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Because everybody understands each other.
Yes.
And it's just this kumbaya love fest. And it's really a cool experience. And, you know, it's funny, the owner of our studio, he's like, when's your next sex palooza happening? And it's like,
He calls it Swinger Palooza.
Swinger palooza.
Swinger Palooza.
And that's not what it is at all.
He loves to get our goat.
I know. But he wants to go.
He does not.
He said when we were talking about the Journey Def Leppard weekend, he said he wanted to be there.
There's absolutely no way he would be comfortable.
I don't know. We'll see.
I am so sad that
He's-
we're not doing that one.
Well, we may still do
judgy.
it. I'm just not throwing a big party. I'm still going. We may get some great seats and have like a little small party, but
Truckers down.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're definitely going to that. So you're welcome to come with us.
I am signing up, me and Podcast Fanboy.
Yeah.
We're just
That's
not
the one
having.
in August, right?
August 23rd.
Yeah, I got a big event up
Yeah.
there that weekend.
That's fine. We'll take Jen.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Podcast Fanboy.
I have no doubt that she would go and be the life of the party.
Yeah.
We'll still have fun.
Yeah.
We'll just be sending you little videos.
They've got a lot of great seats, like even towards the front or in some nice sections into the club level sections. The problem was there was a couple problems with that party. First of all, it was a Friday night, so it was going to be a little bit more difficult for us to coordinate that. And tickets were almost $600 a person. Oof.
Ouch.
And I just could not get them to come down on the price. And so this other party is more in our range. I just don't want to be charging the sugar daddies so much money to cover everybody's expenses. I wanted to keep it affordable.
Yeah.
And I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
Absolutely.
They have so many sing-alongs, just classic hit after classic hit.
Well, I'm excited about Collective Soul.
You know what? Me
That
too.
band is great.
Yeah. And Hootie I think their album was almost 30 years ago. So a lot of the Sugar Baby are like, Hootie.
Who's these guys?
You know, it's funny. I told Alejandra about this and she goes, yeah, I don't know who they are. And I said, well, ask your stepdad because he's the same age as me. So she was at his house yesterday and she goes, hey, have you ever heard of Hootie and the Goldfish?
Oh my gosh.
And
I love that.
yeah. I mean, she's so
Oh my
funny
God.
sometimes.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
That's the best line ever.
And he's like, yeah, I know them very well.
Yeah, honey. I've heard of them.
Yeah. So, Podcast Fanboy, what do you got traveling plans wise?
I'm preparing for the next big one, which I'm leaving actually 4 weeks from today.
Yeah.
It's part of the overall plan here. I'm going to the French Riviera for a week and then Florence for a week to meet with some like-minded people who have money, who have been donating to the cause, but I'm going to try to persuade them to do it my way because I've got better connections and more assuredness that the equipment is getting into the right hands. And then after that, I'm going back to Kiev for a week to deliver some more equipment.
Now, is Ukraine going to be able to do this or is it?
Well, thanks to the recently passed
I saw
legislation,
that.
There's a chance. It should have happened 6 months ago.
It was like 60 billion or something?
61 billion, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have really helped 6 months ago.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of men. They lost a lot of territory.
Isn't that so sad?
While we dithered. But now they have a chance to be back on equal footing, at least for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Fighting the good fight out there, the good
Trying.
cause. Yeah.
Trying.
You only live once and you just,
it's kind of fun to find a passion in life
Yeah.
at this advanced age, you know.
Right.
So,
and you're meeting a lot of interesting women over there too.
very much so. That might be a
Yeah, that's a
topic
whole
for another
nother
podcast,
episode. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, something that I'm doing some things for that I would never have considered doing before.
Yeah.
So,
The European women, I know that I meet European women here. You know, I dated a girl from Egypt and, you know, some other countries, South American countries, and just their cultures are completely different.
yeah,
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to date somebody over there.
it is. Especially
challenging.
Especially when they don't speak any English. And
Yeah.
Ukrainian is a very difficult language to even read. They use a different alphabet. So
Do you use Google Translate a lot?
not Google Translate, but I've got like 7 translator apps on my phone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of speaking into the phone and
And then handing it to them. I
Yeah.
know I see advertisements. I think it was one they were in Japan and they were speaking into this little translator and then they point it towards them and then it would translate what they were saying. And they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, AI has really advanced that whole technology as well. So
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on the show together. Sounds like an interesting, that you guys have really hit it off and done some interesting things.
we have.
And I'm sure you're going to continue to do interesting things.
I
Yes.
hope so, as long as you'll have me.
Isn't it fun to find somebody that you can just vibe with, enjoy life?
Yes.
You go your way, I go mine.
Yeah.
And let's do it again.
No stress,
Yeah.
no mess. It's
So
just
nice,
so
huh?
much fun. Yeah.
Just good people.
Yeah.
Which Podcast Fanboy, obviously. I mean, that's what drew me to him in the first place. I could tell immediately that he was just a good person. So
Yeah. There's lots of good people. So I did this podcast. I'll let you guys know. I'll put a link to it in our Patreon when it comes out. But they had a preconceived notion of what I was about and what the sugar lifestyle was about. Matter of fact, he's married, and he was like, why are you going to have something trashy like that on your show? And he goes, well, I just want to talk to this guy and find out what it's all about. By the end of the podcast, by the end of our episode, he's just like, I had no idea. You guys are like some of the most compassionate, generous, loving people. And I had no idea that it was like this.
I love that.
Yeah. So hopefully.
Send us a link. So we
Yeah,
can
I
hear
will.
that.
It hasn't hit yet, but when it does, I'll put a link to it on our Patreon. And it's a good episode, even though I got in a little coughing fit. Hopefully they can edit that out. But we got into a lot of great things about what sugar dating really is versus what people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen, I mean, you're loving it.
yeah. All of my friends all want to get into it from me talking to them about it. So, I mean, it's just, I'm very lucky that I found the podcast right away because I don't think I would have survived.
Isn't that amazing how the universe kind of brings people together at certain times of our life? And
Right?
you're just like, wow, how did I get so lucky?
Everything happens for a reason.
Cool. Even Alejandra, she sent me a picture the other day of the girl that she'd been hanging out with who's not on Seeking. This girl had told her about me at work, and then she sent Alejandra a picture of her coworker signing up for Seeking. Because her coworker is like, really? She has a sugar daddy and this is what they're doing and all this? Where do I sign up? So
I love that.
that's pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in. If you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, and follow us on Instagram, same name. And also on our website, you're going to find our form for the party. Just go up to the top, or if it's on mobile, just click on the menu and it says contest. Fill that out. It's a few short questions, a few pictures. If you're a member of our Patreon, you are going to get VIP status, and we'll have a link to that. Matter of fact, even on that form, I have a Patreon symbol there. You can click on it. Just become a free member, even if you don't want to pay. And it's very, very cheap, but just become a free member. Join our Patreon. You're going to have a lot of fun. Okay.
How many subscribers do we have on YouTube?
On YouTube, we're getting close to 500. I need 1,000.
Hey, guys. Get after it.
Yeah. One day we're going to make money on YouTube too, but we got to get enough subscribers. So anyway, Jen, once again, thank you. Podcast Fanboy. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All
Super
right.
fun.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.